George.
War everywhere. Let them feel it. Bandit na mama tutu. All of na good die, Sarah. Kill all of them. Man.
Exclusive. Nigerian troops neutralize key terrorist figures in groundbreaking New Year victory.
Happy New Year!
The new year came with major victories and encouraging developments on the security front, as Nigerian troops record significant success against terrorist and bandit groups across multiple regions of the country. From Sambisa Forest to other long-known hideouts, the Nigerian army has carried out decisive operations, overrunning several terrorist and bandit camps, neutralizing key figures, and dismantling operational bases that have been used for years to plan attacks on civilians and security personnel. We have footage from these operations, including visuals of destroyed camps and neutralized targets. However, due to YouTube's policies, we are unable to show some of these images here. Even so, the impact of these operations is already clear and undeniable.
Share this
According
video,
to military sources, troops under Operation Hardin Kai and other coordinated formations conducted clearance missions deep into hostile territory, targeting areas that had previously served as safe havens for Boko Haram. These were not random. They were calculated advances based on intelligence, surveillance, and coordination with local forces. In Sambisa Forest, which for years symbolized terror dominance, troops engaged and neutralized terrorists, recovered arms and ammunition, and disrupted established movement routes. These routes had been used to transport fighters, supplies, and weapons across communities and borders.
Share this video, guys.
Beyond Sambisa, other camps in the wider Borno axis were also hit. Terrorist shelters were destroyed, logistics points dismantled, and communication lines broken. This effectively weakened their ability to regroup or launch coordinated attacks. At the same time, security forces arrested several informants and collaborators in Adamawa and surrounding areas. These arrests are significant because terror groups rely heavily on local intelligence, informants, and supply chains to survive. Once those links are caught, their operations become exposed and fragile. What makes this moment particularly important is not just the success of the military actions, but the visible reaction they have triggered. Residents in some affected areas have reported that terrorists are fleeing. Camps have been abandoned. Fighters are moving away from known strongholds. Some are attempting to blend into nearby villages, while others are heading toward forested areas and border communities.
Our residents of Masalachi in Tangaza local government area in Sokoto State say they saw terrorists fleeing neighboring forests after the Christmas Day strikes by the United States military. The residents who confirmed that several of the terrorists were killed by the strikes on Kawuri, Kandam, and Malgam, and their hideouts destroyed are calling for more.
Đây, các bạn dễ cố gì nào. Đó là quan trọng. Cái ở đi ra.
Wallahi wala jago wala dunia. Yuba wallahi wala jago wala dunia.
There are also videos circulating showing Nigerian soldiers jubilating after successful missions. These are the reactions of troops who have endured years of difficult combat and are now seeing tangible results from sustained pressure. And all thanks goes back to the President of the United States, because without him, all of this wouldn't have been possible in the first place. This is the kind of news many Nigerians have been waiting to hear. It shows that sustained pressure works, that when terrorists are confronted directly, they scatter, and it shows that these groups are not invincible. However, this is where the situation requires careful attention. While these victories deserve recognition, they also mark the beginning of a new phase, one that comes with its own risks. When terrorist camps are dismantled, the fighters do not vanish. They relocate, they seek cover, they attempt to blend into civilian environments, and in many cases, they move closer to unsuspecting communities. Some residents have already reported unfamiliar faces appearing in nearby villages and forest settlements. This is not something to ignore. This does not mean panic. It means awareness. Communities should be vigilant. Suspicious movements should be reported, and people should not provide shelter, food, or assistance to strangers without knowing who they are and where they are coming from. Security agencies have emphasized that these operations are not isolated actions. They are part of a sustained campaign designed to deny terrorists the space to reorganize. In the past few days alone, Nigerian forces have neutralized dozens of terrorists through a combination of ground offensives, drone surveillance, air support, and coordinated ambushes across Borno and Sokoto states. Some planned attacks were intercepted before they reached civilian targets. These outcomes highlight a shift in operational momentum. Terror groups that once planned freely are now reacting defensively, constantly moving, constantly exposed. And I must tell you, this is the best way to start the year. Instead of reports of attacks like it has always been, we are seeing reports of camps destroyed, weapons recovered, terrorist leaders neutralized, and fighters scattered. That psychological shift really matters, both for the troops and for the general public. Still, military success alone cannot charge entire burden. Sustaining these gains requires cooperation between security agencies and civilians. It requires timely information sharing, responsible community leadership, and refusal to shelter or assist individuals whose backgrounds are unclear. It also requires understanding that fleeing terrorists often resort to other crimes, kidnapping, armed robbery, extortion, as they struggle to survive. This is why vigilance matters, even in areas far from the original conflict zones. Security agencies have assured the public that patrols are being reinforced, intelligence networks expanded, and joint operations strengthened across state lines to prevent regrouping. The message from the field is consistent. Pressure will continue. These operations are not about announcements or headlines. They are about gradually choking off terror networks until they can no longer function. So yes, this is good news. It is strong news. It is the kind of update that brings hope and reassurance. But it is also a reminder that security is not passive. It is a shared responsibility. The new year has begun with victories. The challenge now is to ensure those victories are protected, consolidated, and built upon.
This video. Do well to share this video so that others can see. Drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to share. More days, more hope. Peace and love, guys.